So, how is everyone? I hope you're all well. This is video 3 of 3. That's 6. You know what I mean. Anyway, we're going to get straight into the meat and potatoes because it's Thursday. You're looking amazing, but it's Thursday and we need to crack on. We need to get on with it because it's getting late. For me anyway, because I'm in the future. Technically, I'm in the past if you're from Australia. I don't know how all that works. But anyway, what we're talking about is Zav Girl. This is going to be the last time that I do a video on this subject. The only reason that I'm doing a video on this subject is because there's been a lot of comments, been a lot of emails coming in, people who have an opinion. And there seems to be an opinion on both sides of the story, both sides of the fence. We're still seeing people who they believe that the true crime niche as a whole is this evil, insidious beast that is just, we're just bad. Everything we talk about, we're making money off of, off of pain and suffering and the bad stuff. Do you know what I mean? People are making money off of people's hurt. And that sexy beast over at Law, he said it as well. Even him. Do you know what I mean? He even turned around and said, and I'd say, go and say, if you haven't watched this video, it's 12 minutes long today, go and check it out after this one. Not before. He might be better looking, but I'm more important right now. So look, and he says, even what he does, he makes money, he makes his money off the back end of tragedy. People do. It's a fact. There are so many people in this world that make their money off the back end of some form of tragedy or a need or a desire. How many jobs can people say that they earn money from that are completely detached from other people? They have some way, shape or form, some connection to them. What about nurses and doctors? They make their money when people are in pain or hurt or upset. Coroners who have to do, autopsies and stuff like that. I know it's different, but my point being, everyone has to earn money and everybody has a different way of doing it. And content creators know that there are people out there who are interested in true crime. Like this channel, the whole premise of my channel is to provide people with a place where they can come and discuss. And they don't feel vilified. They're not attacked for having a difference of opinion. They don't feel like they've got to believe someone's innocent or guilty. They can learn to coexist with people with differing opinions and learn from one another. And I certainly won't ever be calling anybody out or allowing people to call people out and be nasty when people have a different opinion. And that's what this channel is about. And sometimes we call people out, like we called Dylan Mortensen out about this 8-hour time delay. And I spoke about this the other day, but I want to extrapolate on that and just say, look, when I do content on this channel, my thought process is this, and that is, would I call someone I know, someone close to me, family member, daughter, son, friend, would I call them out for the same thing? And if the answer is yes, then I'll call it out. The Dylan Mortensen situation, if that was my own daughter, my own child, would I call them out in the same situation? Yes, I would, 100%. 100%, because I am acutely aware as a parent of the complete lack of empathy that children and young adults have today. I would want that to make sense. I would want to understand it. I would want to know why people who they are in the same house with lost their lives. They didn't. I'd be thankful, of course I'd be thankful. I'd be so thankful that they survived it. They got out of it and they weren't a victim. But when the dust settles, the questions would start arising. Why, especially when all the other stuff comes out, I would be thinking, hold on a second, I need to know more about this. And maybe that's just my inquisitive mind, and string me up for it if you don't like it, but that's my inquisitive mind. I would want to know. The same as in the past when we've taken flack for calling out parents whose children have come to harm. If I saw a friend and they kept letting their son run around at night, I'd turn around and say, dude, that's not safe, is it? It's not safe. Because I'm a friend and I would feel that, that isn't right. And, you know, with Michael Vaughan specifically, he was renowned for escaping and running around the estate. And it weren't safe. And he came to harm. And people didn't like it. People said that that was victim blaming. The only victim in all that was Michael. And that could have been prevented. Sad fact. And it ain't about victim blaming. It's about having conversations to raise awareness for what can happen. Because some of these crimes can be prevented. They genuinely can be prevented. And the only way that things like this will be prevented is if we have discussions about them. If we talk about them. If we raise awareness. Maybe people, you know, we take for granted, we think that people should just understand that if they've got a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old child, that if they're running around outside their neighbourhood, that they're safe because it's their neighbourhood. And we take for granted that we think that people should be smart enough to realise that that's not safe, that monsters exist. Especially in the US, you are gripped in a huge, huge child trafficking situation. And children are going missing by the minute. So in terms of young children running around the streets, roaming the streets, it just ain't safe. It's not safe and it shouldn't happen. And people need to understand that. And the only way they're going to understand it is if we have to have these discussions. And that's the truth. But the Zav Girls situation is completely alien to what this entire niche is about. This ain't what we're about. Would I sell pictures of my children onto the internet in that situation? Would any of you, even those who support Zav Girl and says it's not, you know, there was a different reason for it, or attacking people for attacking her? What if it was your child that she got pictures of and sold them on the internet? Would you be so supportive then? But look, I'm going to leave this video with just this last thing. And I commented this over on Law You Know earlier and said, look, we talk about the legality of things and whether people can be sued and can this be done and can that be done. And look, Gannon's dad himself turned around and said he is emotionally and financially busted over this. God bless him. And it doesn't need to be that way. It doesn't need to be that people like Gannon's dad have to go and try and seek legal help, because this can be dealt with in-house. If you're not happy with a channel, if you're not happy with the content that they do, or you feel that what they did was unforgivable, or they did it wrong, or you want to punish them, just stop watching. Unsubscribe and do not watch. That's the most powerful tool. Because without you guys, there is no us. We're not important, you're important. The viewer, you watching this video right now, you're important. Because without you, the existence of you, there is no us. So keep that in mind. Because if you feel that someone's time has come to an end, then just turn your back. And the rest is history. See you all tomorrow.